G'day guys, and welcome to this wonderful little YouTube activity. Now, today we're going to take a look at two businesses. The first business is Mr. Browne is the best business. It's 100% a real business. And the second business, it's almost insolvent. It is Miss Hamid wishes she was as good as Mr. Browne's company. All right, so the first business and the second business, you're going to need to take a look at the different financial ratios. And you can stop this YouTube and play it again as many times as you need to, but it is a race. You're going to be able to, in your groups, look at and listen carefully to each of the different financial statistics. Use your pen and paper, jot them down, and then the group that is first is the one to whack up their hand and to be able to say, "Sir, I've got all of my different financial ratios done. I'll have the answers already worked out myself, and I'll go and check them and let you know which ones you got right and which ones you don't." Hopefully that this camera is reasonably stable and I don't have Parkinson's disease because I'm holding it on my phone at the moment. All right, so the first bit of statistics here is for Mr. Browne's awesome business, or what's the business name? Yeah, Mr. Browne is the best business this time. Current ratio. This includes two things. You've got your current assets. And for this business, the current assets is $10,000. So again, the current assets is $10,000, and your current liabilities is $22,000. Current liabilities $22,000. Now, I'm not going to give you all of the other formulas. You're going to need to not use the sheet, but use your own memory and your mate's next year's memory, and you're going to need to come up with all of the different ratios that we've got there. All right, some other important things that you need to know about this awesome best business that's there. The total liabilities adds up to $330,000. The total equity for the business, there's a fair bit of equity there, and that's $400,000. Now, the business is starting to make a little bit of profit. Its gross profit is obviously going to be higher than its net profit, if you think back to an income statement. And the gross profit for this wonderful business is $25,000. The net profit while we're at it equals $12,700. Now a little bit of background behind the business. What does Mr. Browne's is the best business produce? Well, here's a sample of some of the wonderful products it produces. Hair plugs and hair extensions to cover up those bald spots. It also produces quite fancy glasses. Very expensive. It also likes to produce double chins, which it's an expert in doing so as well. It produces a wonderful cheesy smile. Now let's get back to some of the other statistics about this business. So the business also has sales of $98,000. So its sales at the moment are $98,000. And in terms of the total expenses, it's not been, it's been doing pretty well actually, because like Mr. Browne, the business is quite cheap. Instead of using hairspray to keep this beautiful hairstyle in place, Mr. Browne just doesn't condition or shampoo his hair, and it gets stuck in the wonderful spot it is now. So because of its good efficiency and its wonderful work on reducing its expenses, it's been able to get down to total expenses of $52,000. Other stats that you might need to know, I think a final one there is that its accounts receivable presently for the financial year is $5,500. All right, guys, so put all that information together, go back and play things over and over again if you need to, and you'll be able to figure out your various ratios. Thank you.